have a big confession to make. Now, I've known BTS for years. I knew who BTS was because I've heard of them. I had friends who were obsessed with K-pop and also K-drama. I'd heard of Dynamite. I knew these 7 Korean men existed, and I did not care, like, at all. And the funny thing is, the reason I wasn't really interested was because they were Korean. I mean, not in a bad way. So you guys, like, relax and listen to me. Now, at that time, I genuinely thought, okay, how am I supposed to enjoy something I don't understand? So I'm the kind of person who needs to, like, understand what is happening. If I'm watching a movie, I want to actually watch the movie. So if I'm watching, so for instance, I'm watching a Korean drama. I'm supposed to look at the characters, understand their expressions, read subtitles, remember what I just read, and then look back on the screen before the next sentence comes up. Like, how hard is that? It was something I felt like my brain couldn't process. And the funny thing is, the music was even worse because I'm listening to a song, but then I don't understand what they're saying. So I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to connect with that? You know. Fast forward in 2022, my favorite part, yeah. Fast forward in 2022, the Qatar World Cup happened, and if you guys remember, the song of the tournament was Dreamers. And at this point, I'm a football girl. Okay, so I'm a football girly, and I'm watching the opening ceremony. Then this guy comes to perform Dreamers, and I'm like, oh, who is that? You know, excuse me, who are you? Who is this ridiculously cool Asian man standing right there performing at the World Cup? And then I found out he's called Jungkook, but I call him JK, so to make it easy for me to pronounce. Then I found out he's called JK, and then yeah, I started listening to Dreamers. Dreamers became one of, like, my favorite songs. I could listen to it, like, all day. I'd watch it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. It was like an obsession, yeah. And then I got to also know that he's a part of BTS, or he's a member of BTS. Now, I'm sure one would think, okay, so you became an army, right after all in 2022. But the answer is nah. I was still very much enjoying my JK only era. I didn't want no distractions here. And so, yeah. Then life happened at a point. I was going through some mental breakdown. Fast forward to recently, yeah. Suddenly there was this song trending on TikTok called Swim, right? And then people are using it in their videos. Then I equally used it in my videos, but I didn't really take my time to know who sang it. But then the voices were like, wow, this is so cool, the lyrics and everything. And I also figured, like, they had different voices, so I just figured, like, it was a boy band, like it was a band kind of thing. And then I got to know it's BTS. Yeah. Now Swim starts rolling, and then on YouTube, okay, and then I see JK. I'm like, wow, I see JK's skins look good and all of that. Mind you, with the Swim, yeah, they all don't just come in at once, yeah. So, like, they come in one after the other, and then I'm like, okay, well, this is like JK's looking all good and all of that. And then he's saying, swim, water falling off your skin. I was spending a lifetime watching you, and then there's this other guy who comes in. I'm like, sincerity, that was my reaction. I was like, oh, are you? I was like, who are you? I know I hope and I really think and it's Jimin. Like, I got to know he's called Park Jimin. Because at that point in time, I took my phone and I had to go straight on the internet to know who he was. And then I figured out he's called Park Jimin, and then the others started coming in. Honestly, I felt like, now, this is something I should have been a part of, like, a long time ago. But, like, I spent years knowing they existed, but then, like, I heard their songs. But for some reason, I've also like seen JK, but for some reason, I completely missed out on the entire BTS universe, and I'm pained, like, I'm hurt. Because my friends told me that it's coming to it, like, it's gonna get to a point where I would look for BTS. Like, I would love them. Not like I look for them, but I would love them. And I also read somewhere where someone was saying that BTS, you don't find BTS, like, they find you. And it's completely relatable because I found them they came to me at, like, my lowest, right? At my lowest. So, like, I've entered this rabbit hole that I don't think I'm ever coming out anytime soon. Because the more I watch their videos, the more I'm so invested, the more I'm so interested in getting to know more. So yeah, I guess officially I'm a baby army, right? So to my fellow armies, kindly, welcome me with open arms. and help me out here. Right, recommend some content for me to watch. You can leave that in the comments. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to also subscribe to this channel, because I am going to be sharing this entire journey of me discovering BTS and what I've gotten to with you guys. Okay, and aside BTS, yes, we'll be doing a few things in K-pop and also BL. Okay, so if you're a lover of BL, kindly leave a subscription, like tap on the subscription button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.